It's time for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX, on your radio at AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Rams Baseball is presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Rend Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Heartland Accounting, All Stars and Stitches, Bean Insurance, Central Christian Church, and People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the 94 Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. The Rend Lake College pregame show starts now.
And we welcome you to Brennan Klein Field. Today, the Mount Vernon Rams have the Montini Broncos. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside, of course, for your Rend Lake College pregame show. At Rend Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Visit them online at rlc.edu. Danny, of course, the Montini Broncos come in on a southern swing off of the spring break road trip. Had the Benton Rangers on the road yesterday. The Rangers ended up winning that one, I believe, by a final of 6-5. You can find that final, of course, on our Facebook page, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. But they saw both teams in action on Monday as the Rams beat Benton 10-7. This is the team coming in. They're 3-4 on the year out of the Suburban Christian Conference Blue Division. A team looking for a win here today to try to salvage this spring break trip as they'll head back home after tonight's game.
Well, a getaway day for them. So we'll see how interested they are in playing this game today. Been down here 3 or 4 days, playing some games in different places or longer. And when you have high school kids or college kids or professional baseball players, and they know that when they get this game done, they get on a bus heading home or a plane, the tendency is to swing a little quicker in pitches and do some things to get out of here early because they don't want to be here. They're ready to go home. So we'll see how Montini comes out today and plays this game.
And we certainly will. And, of course, the Mount Vernon Rams' tough loss yesterday against Effingham. We'll talk more about that after the break here on the Rend Lake College pregame show. Rend Lake College can save you thousands on your education. Find out how at rlc.edu. He's Danny Czerwinski. I'm Chris Hugo. Everybody is back to the studio. We'll be back in just a bit. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Wake up, grab coffee, get something to eat? Why not add a little WMIX Saturday Sports Show to your Saturday? From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, we have guests, discussion, and fun involving the regional sports topics that matter to you. It's the pick-me-up you need to start your morning off right. It's the Saturday Sports Show every single week on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Daydreaming of owning a home? People's National Bank can help your dreams become a reality. We are excited to offer Smart Move mortgages. Smart Move offers affordable fixed-rate financing, down payment assistance, and closing cost assistance for qualified borrowers. Call me, Joy Schrader, Mortgage Specialist, at 241-6928 today for details. People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. Our new Mount Vernon location is bigger and better than ever, allowing us to be the best at repairing your ride and offering premium detailing. We're fully equipped to handle your vehicle and get it back on the road faster and like it rolled off the showroom floor. Landers Collision Centers believes in maintaining the highest quality repairs in the collision repair industry. We also believe in making sure your insurance claim is handled quickly and even give you a car to drive while we restore yours. Now, we're also equipped to offer everyday premium detailing. We'll restore that showroom shine and that new car smell. That's right. We'll be more than happy to clean up your ride and get it ready for any occasion. Any vehicle that comes to Landers with over $2,500 in damages is entitled to 2 absolutely free details per year, with an opportunity to keep our work looking spectacular as long as you own your vehicle. This is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers in Mount Vernon. Big or small, Landers fixes and details them all. Call us at 1-888-LANDERS whenever you need us. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the Rend Lake College pregame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Rend Lake College has been the vehicle to a brighter future for well over 40 years. Right now, you can save thousands on your collegiate education. Visit them online at rlc.edu. Danny, it was a tough one for the Mount Vernon Rams yesterday. They lost to Effingham 2-1. Just couldn't find the means to find much offense off of Alec Kwan, the starting pitcher yesterday for the Hearts. Bats came alive in the bottom of the seventh, but it was too little too late as the Hearts were able to shut the Rams down yesterday, courtesy of the save for Tyler Bushue. So the Rams fell to 7-2, but all in all, just tough to hit that heavy fastball.
Well, it's one of those you just tip your caps and go on. Maybe a little bit of a wake-up call for the Rams in a game they probably thought coming in with the competition they played compared to Effingham's schedule at that point. Mount Vernon thought they were going to come in and take care of them, but Effingham got out to that 2-0 lead, and of course Mount Vernon didn't get hit till the fifth. Scratched across the run to the seventh, but that was all they could get. And again, you just got to look at Effingham and say Quant was the better pitcher yesterday, and Mount Vernon couldn't get much done. And today's a new day with baseball. You get to play a lot of days in a row, and with the weather holding out the way it is here in late March, Mount Vernon's getting another game under their belts here this afternoon.
Of course, that Alsop tomorrow and at Duke Point on Friday. It's a couple of road games after two straight, I should say, here at home. They're on the road Monday at Benton where they picked up a win. And these Rams are something to prove. Of course, we'll get started with your Central Christian Church batting orders in just a moment, as we'll have some new faces in the lineup for Tim Holloway today. Of course, we'll also get to know the defense, we'll know the Rams defense first, obviously. We'll get to know the Montini Broncos here in just a moment. It'll all be courtesy of Central Christian Church. Find them online at thenewscentral.com, where you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. Find out which mini-series is going on right now as far as their sermons are concerned. It's all at thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. As the Montini Broncos warming up right now as they take infield. We're slated for a 4:30 start. Looks like we'll start relatively on time as it's 23 minutes past the hour right now. 75 degrees with sunny skies, partly cloudy actually according to the Weather Service. Winds out of the west-southwest is about 6 miles per hour, gusting as high as 10 to 15 out here at Brennan Klein Memorial Field. And Danny, it's just another great day for baseball. Again, we've been real blessed. Mother Nature has certainly helped us out a bit, but with rain in the forecast, I believe, possibly tonight, and then again on Friday, a chance tomorrow as well. Be interested to see if we're able to get some games in over the course of the next few days.
Well, Friday it'd have to come a monsoon because unless it's raining at the time, they will play that game at DuQuoin with the turf infield and the grass outfield. No issue, no problem. So tomorrow at Alsop, the grass dirt surface, obviously it'll be a little bit more of a trick depending on how much rain would come through. But again, we'll see. Mom Nature, it has her own ways of doing things. Chance of rain not very high, but if it rains where you're at, you may not have a game.
No, exactly. And of course, with Alsop and Mount Vernon being far enough apart as they play at the Citizens Park in Belleville, could definitely be one of those scenarios, Danny, where this game could be moved here tomorrow. Should that need to be? Because this field is in great shape. You can't even really tell where they sprayed the field down before the game now. It's that dry.
Yeah, and I'm sure Alsop's field the same way. As nice facility as that is, I'm sure they got their field up enough tomorrow, and it'll be ready to go. In fact, I think they also have a tarp up there as well, so it's not surprise me if, well, barring a monsoon, they would play that game tomorrow at Alsop.
There you have it. Of course, that'll be with you tomorrow on AM 940, online at mywithersradio.com, slated for a 4:15-ish pregame. And the first pitch at around 4:30. Glad to have you with us. Hopefully you're with us online as well at mywithersradio.com. While you're there, visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Also, click on over to Twitter and follow us there at 94 Sports, as we'll provide you updates from today's game and an array of content as we have the rosters, the official rosters now for the Benton Lions Club All-Star Game on Friday night. I'll get that up a little bit later tonight as all the kids invited from Mount Vernon will participate, as Cheyenne Piper and Jessica Green will be on the gold team for the girls, but the boys will be split. Lee Badger will be on his own on one team, and then Clay Payne and Tyrell Trimble will be on separate squads. Also pleased to announce that Jeff Lonnan, Mount Vernon Lady Rams head coach, and then new head coach of the Benton Rangerettes, Andy Sloan, longtime friends, will be at the helm of the gold team on Friday night. It's all at Red Lake College Wad Gymnasium. You might want to check it out to see some of our local kids that'll be participating. Of course, we'll put the rosters up on our Facebook page probably sometime tonight. About ready to get underway.
One final time, those kids will participate at high school level.
That's true. These are seniors. Outgoing seniors. Time to meet the batting orders. I suppose we do need to get to know the Montini Broncos, courtesy of Central Christian Church.
Leading off in left field, number 12, Chris Lentine. Batting second at short, Eddie Bava. Batting third, Chris Bartos. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, Finn Dabazinski. Batting fifth and right, Austin Klein. Batting sixth at second, Packy Barrett. Batting seventh, pitcher Curtis Legaki, batting 8th. Center fielder Joe Burholtz, and batting 9th, catcher Brendan Loftus for the Broncos of Montini Catholic High School.
New faces defensively for the Rams today. Hayden Padinsky makes his return to the Ram lineup. He'll get to start out in the left. It'll be Landon Thomas in center. Josh Gately gets his first start of the year out in right field. It'll be Sawyer Harrison at third. Zach Jones returns to short. Matthew Williams at second base. Zane Saunders is at first. Grant Garrett's behind the dish. And, of course, Tyler Ellis will be your pitcher today against the Montini Broncos. Again, they come in 3-4 on the year as the Rams put that 7-2 mark on the line here today. Tyler Ellis, if I'm not mistaken, 1-0 on the year as he picked up a win on the road against Civic Memorial. Was now almost a couple of weeks ago. But that became the Rams' third win of the season. I'm ready to go. See what our first pitch time is going to be. About 4:27 right now, so I'm assuming probably 4:28.
Today, Craig Pavloff behind the plate, and Jim Collins at first. Mr. Pavloff from DuQuoin, Mr. Collins from Harrisburg.
Seen JC on a few Rams games over my time doing Rams baseball. First pitch sails up and away at 4:28. It's ball one. So 1-0 count on Lentine to get us started. Rams lost to Effingham yesterday, looking to rebound here this afternoon against the Broncos as the 1-0 is on its way from Ellis. Catches the corner, it'll be 1-1. Ellis primarily a stretch pitcher. I'm screened by Mr. Pavlov right now, so I can't see actually where he's going.
That was a stretch.
There we are. You got a better look than I did, and the next one will be outside, 2-1. Beautiful day for baseball. Very, very fortunate, very blessed to be getting these games in. This time of year, can't believe we already have 9 in already. This is number 10. Swung and a miss on the 2-1. The count's even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not out my quota.
That's true.
About second week of April will be my quota.
2-2 the count with bases empty as Lentine gets a start as the left-hander. Facing the right-hander Tyler Ellis. Swings to the inside pitch, and he'll strike out first out of the game.
Montini team can hit the ball a little bit, though. Talking to some betting people last night, they did put the ball in play a lot yesterday. They only had 5 runs to show for it, but their team likes to get up there and swing.
Is that practice for Lady Rams soccer? Is that a game?
Well, that looks like practice.
Oh, I see now. Now I see multiple colors of shirts out there. At the bottom of the right-hander will step in, take a first pitch strike, 0-1. So after falling behind the first batter, Tyler Ellis has rebounded nicely, getting a strikeout against Chris Lentine. And that's Bava, the shortstop. The second batter here with 1 out, nobody aboard, top of the first. He'll offer at that one, sit it foul down the right field side. It'll get out of play, 0-2. First Rams baseball presented by Banterra Bank. Lead off the season with a Banterra Bank free checking account. Banterra Bank, thank you with local style, member FDIC. Great day to come out and watch the ball game at Brennan Klein Field. Winds are blowing out to right center field. Interestingly enough, 0-2 comes, and that's coming right back at us. It's 1-2. Oh, it's just a bit out of the zone. Sailed to the backstop, and we will play on. 1-2 the count, coming from Ellis, high inside, 2-2. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports, or you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. As we await the 2-2 here on Eddie Bava, the shortstop. See what Ellis offers with. Ground ball to short. Jones will pick it up, fire to first in time. 6-3 will be his second out.
Nice play there that time by Jones. Actually almost played it into an error, let that ball play him quite a bit, but had his hands in there nice and soft, able to get that last stop and then make the quick throw to first. You got a gun like him, you can take an extra bounce every once in a while.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Chris Bartos. 2 away, nobody aboard, top of the first, no score, Rams and Broncos. And a hump day affair for Brennan Klein Field. Ellis looking out of the inning without allowing a runner. As Bartos shows Bond pulls back, it'll miss high, ball 1. Pitchers of this age, Danny, always seem to want to go up the ladder whenever somebody's showing bunt.
Yeah. And that, again, that's a miscommunication there. You see Garrett go out to the mound to kind of talk it over with Ellis. Say, hey, got to make sure to be on the same page. That's how catchers get hurt when they get crossed up in this situation.
I never saw the strike indicator, but it was strike one, so 0-1 to Bartos with 2 outs and nobody aboard in the top half of the first inning. Glad to have you with us on WMIX Mount Vernon. A free service of Withers Broadcasting. Now we're legal, and we await the 0-1. There it is, outside corner, 0-2. So Ellis locating well early on here in the top of the first. 2 outs, nobody aboard, 0-2 count on Bartos. Broncos are maroon and gold. Maroon tops with white numerics trimmed in gold. Solid white pants as we wait the 0-2 to the third baseman. Takes outside the right-hander, 1-2. Oh, there we go. Sounds a lot back. Feels pretty good. And the 1-2's on its way. That'll be off of the glove of Harrison into left. Left for it. Just going to come up with it. That'll be a base hit for Bartos.
Hit it hard enough to get through the glove. Harrison went up on the ladder, just couldn't quite pull it in.
That'll bring up our first lefty, Ben Czerwinski. First baseman with a runner aboard, 2 gone. Glad to have you with us, courtesy of Banterra Bank. Banterra's online banking is convenient, efficient, and best of all, safe. Their security is your best defense. Banterra Bank, banking with local style. Runner on first, 2 gone here for the tall left-hander. Also fire, misses inside, low, ball 1. Czerwinski stands back in, working against Ellis out of the stretch. Here comes. It'll be tired. Outside strike, 1-1.
Tired is key.
You sir need spring break. I could use a spring break. Maybe I need it. 1-1's coming. Tried to jam him inside. That'll be a foul ball.
Oh, he didn't let it go.
He picked it up. Harrison did.
Hey, didn't let it roll.
Whoopsie.
Picks up the ball. Actually, I think if it gets they should have just let it roll. I think it would have hit the side of the grass there on the line and kicked a foul, and then he could have grabbed it. But unfortunately for Mount Vernon, Harrison elected to pick it up. And boy, one time he picked it up, it's too little too late there, and runners on now.
Runners on first and second with 2 out for Austin Klein. The right-hander will stand in as Ellis tries to get out of the inning and then tries to get the Broncos to strand a couple of runners here in the top of the first with no score. Quite a bit of baseball and softball going on today. Try to get you some updates from around the region if we can find them. Easier said than done always. As we await the first pitch to Austin Klein, here it comes. Looks like it caught the outside corner. It did. It's 0-1. Starting to wish I would have set up a little bit offset, as my view is not a very crouched stance from the home plate umpire today. 0-1 the count. 2 gone. 2 aboard here for Montini to their half of the first. Has to be a ground ball to short, picked up by Jones. He'll step on the second base bag, 6 unassisted. Then we'll go to the bottom of the first. We'll get to know the Mount Vernon Rams coming up here on Rams Baseball on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon.
We have people all the time that come in maybe for an oil change and they leave with a new car. And their famous last words was, boy, I just came in, I didn't think I was going to buy a car today. But sometimes we get them looking around and seeing the great products that we have that GM has right now. And they will drive away with a new car. We love it if they'll bring their car in here for service, because we don't care where you buy the car, bring it in here. We want to work on it. We want to be your service department.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
More baseball action ahead on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
And we welcome you back to Brennan Klein Field. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. We, sir, need to get to know the Mount Vernon Rams batting order.
Leading off in short be Zach Jones, batting second and center. Landon Thomas batting third and first. Zane Zonders batting fourth, catching. Grant Garrett batting fifth. The designated hitter, Colin Young, batting sixth and third. Sawyer Harrison. Batting seventh and second, Matthew Williams. Batting eighth and left, Hayden Paninsky, and batting ninth and right, Josh Gately for Tim Holloway's Mount Vernon Rams.
There you have it. Those starting lineups. Batting orders even, presented by Central Christian Church. Visit their website, thenewcentral.com. You can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. And, of course, is thenewcentral.com, Central Christian Church. Loving God and loving people. Sir, as aforementioned earlier, is Danny Czerwinski. I'm Chris Hugo. Avery Barton is back with us at the studios at 3501. That, of course, on the other, quote-unquote, Broadway Street. Left-hander Jones will get started. The right-handed pitcher is Legaki. For Montini, Loftus behind the plate. Bartos, Baba, Barrett, and Dobosinski. The infield from third to first. First pitch swung on a miss. Low to Jones, 0-1. Lentine, Burholtz, and Kleiner, your outfield from left to right. In your umpires are Jim Collins down the infield. A curveball catches the outside corner. 0-2 now to Jones. Jim Collins, of course, your infield umpire behind the plate. Greg Pavlov. Glad to have you with us on WMIX. And here comes the next one. Sails high to Zach. He'll take it 1-2. Where's what I need? Of course, if everything was where it needed to be when you needed it, you wouldn't need it. As Jones will turn in on one. That's going to be 2-2 as that missed inside. It'll be our Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home at Dick's Ina Woodlawn in Mount Vernon. And quickly, it's full count. As he'll try to go outside on Jones this time, he'll take as 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Jones, of course, gets it started here in the home half of the first with no score. Now fouls one off, third base side. They'll give chase. Bartos will allow the catcher, Loftus, to come up with it. So Jones lofts one high, and Loftus comes away with the grab.
Tough grab for a catcher running towards the third base dugout. Has to catch that ball with the catcher's mitt, not in the best position, obviously, but very nice play there by Loftus to make that catch.
Not bad. I'll bring up another left-hander, Landon Thomas. One away, nobody aboard here for the Rams. Bottom of the first inning from BK Field as Thomas will take, a ball low. That could have been rung up a strike. It wasn't. As we wait the 1-0 pitch, Thomas will check that one foul towards the first base dugout. Counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty stands back in, takes a 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Should be 2 balls and a strike to Landon Thomas.
A little wrinkle out there on the man for Legaki. Tried to go 12-6 on it, kind of went 9-6, so.
Sounds more like a shift.
Now it's 2-2. See the Mount Vernon again. I think the last couple of games, especially yesterday, Mount Vernon's been overly aggressive in the box.
2-2's on its way, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. Barrett shouldn't have a problem with it. Picks it up off the hot fires to Dobosinski at first, 2 away. Not bad, though. You worked it deep into the count. At least you're working that pitch count up a little bit more passive than yesterday. But
game of baseball, you'll go through funk all the time.
Better to go through a funk now than in May and June. Dodgers will stand in, swing and miss the first pitch. 0-1. One is on its way, and that's going to be a ground ball opposite way. Dobosinski will pick it up, scoops the pitcher in time for the out. So 3-1. Could have just stepped on the back at plenty of time, but went ahead and practiced the toss to the pitcher, and that'll do us through 1. 1-2-3 go the Rams, no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Wake up, grab coffee, get something to eat? Why not add a little WMIX Saturday Sports Show to your Saturday? From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, we have guests, discussion, and fun involving the regional sports topics that matter to you. It's the pick-me-up you need to start your morning off right. It's the Saturday Sports Show every single week on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Brendan Klein Field. We head to the top half of the second inning. No score. The Rams and the Montini Broncos. For the Horse Seasons will be Packy Barrett, Curtis Legacki, and Joe Berholtz. Here in the top of the second, otherwise known as 6, 7, and 8. Tyler Ellis, who allowed a couple of hits back in the first, returns for another inning of work. But see what happens here. Another righty-righty matchup. Ellis out of the stretch here. Against Packy Barrett. First pitch on the way, swung on a miss. Heat that time, 0-1. Second Chance Auto, of course, has your largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location. Bank right financing for everyone at Second Chance Auto, around 142 East in Mount Vernon. Ground ball off of the 0-1. It's a short. Jones will have to fire in a hurry. Does so in time. Great stretch by Zonders. 6-3 is the out.
Lots of ground balls here early on from Mr. Ellis. Strikeout, ground to short, ground ball base hit. Only ground ball to short, ground ball to short. Everything's been beaten to the ground right now. It's a good sign.
Some worm burners. They'll take it. And with one out and nobody aboard, in steps the pitcher, Legacki. Screened. Here we go. Now I see it coming. Swung on a miss. High heat that time. 0-1. Goodness. I may be the second last to know what's happening on every pitch. 0-1 is the count. Next one's on the way. Goes high again. Not chasing Legacki. 1-1. Lukey's named our new head coach in men's basketball. We told you on Monday, 1-1 coming, swung on a miss, 1-2, that it would be Mr. Henson. Barry Henson, of course, former coach at Southwest Missouri State, which evolved into Missouri State. Now at the helm of Lukey's, they just had the press conference. We'll have some audio of that for you on Saturday morning. 1-2's coming. This is outside, 2-2. Lizzie Illini named a women's basketball coach. That name currently escapes.
And the AD didn't answer any questions about the men's job. So
It's a good time to need a job as basketball coach in Illinois. 2-2 swung on a miss.
To go on the Illinois gig, the John Gross from Ohio. The word is out now this afternoon. Their boosters and alumni are putting together a package to help keep him. So it would not shock me to see him stay at Ohio and Illinois go further down the list.
I would see the mess and say, hey, you know what, thanks, but no thanks. Here comes the first pitch to Berholtz. Will be fouled off behind us, 0-1. 2 away, bases empty, top of the second, still no score, Rams and Montini. Tomorrow we're on the road at Altough as the Rams will take on the Crusaders. It'll be South 7 Conference opening action as the Rams look to defend their South 7 crown. Foul tip, 0-2. Rams ran the table in the South 7 last year. Thinking about that. I'd double check that. 0-2 the count. Here it comes. That's going to be a hard hit ball into right center field for a base hit. Cutting it off is Thomas, trying to keep it a single. He'll throw it in, and he will.
Pretty good play by Thomas there because it was obvious that Berholtz was thinking double out of the box. Berholtz rounded the bag nice and long, but Jones did a great job of cutting that off, or Thomas did, and turned it into Jones to prevent Berholtz from getting into second base.
Sometimes all you need is a good cough. Hopefully you couldn't hear it. Turn the volume down, hit the cough button, and ready to go now. Loftus will stand in, runner on first, 2 gone, top of the second, no score. Ellis trying to get out of the inning as a catcher. Loftus will stand in. He made a decent play defensively, an inning to go. First pitch on the way, low and away, ball 1. Should have brought a white sheet. Taking a direct hit from the sunlight. You have the right idea. Light colors. I'm an idiot. 1-0 is coming. Inside, 2-0. Pretty tight that time.
Yeah. 3 hits already for Montini. I mean, they're not been the blasted variety, but they're like Effingham yesterday. They're finding spots in the field to drop.
Seeing high base hits. 2-0 is coming. Foul behind us. Ooh, vehicle safe. It's 2-1. With Illinois State seeking a head coach.
They got their spot narrowed.
Is that a done deal? The Kansas State?
Close.
Yeah,
Getting close. Too. I'll be shocked if it's not him.
Of course, there could be a couple of positions open for Mr. Weber out in Colorado when it's all said and done.
Yeah. He will not be unemployed next year.
Oh, he might be better off. 2-2. Drawn a catch high, but the fourth thing is it's going to be a backwards K. Third on the afternoon for us, and we go to the bottom of the second. No score. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Do you know what your mortgage rate is? You probably know what your monthly payment is, but your interest rate can make a big difference. With a lower interest rate, I may be able to help lower your monthly payment. Stop by People's National Bank today and ask to see me, Joy Schrader, mortgage specialist, about refinancing your current loan. People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality vehicle. That's where Second Chance Auto comes in. Family owned for the past 32 years. Second Chance Auto has been the cure for spring new car fever. No one has a better selection of vehicles priced under $10,000. Almost all their vehicles come with a generous 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. There are no dock fees, no shipping fees, and no processing fees like those new car dealerships. Just low prices. Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. Second Chance Auto.
More baseball action ahead on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Field, as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Rams. Grant Garrett, Colin Young, and Sawyer Harrison. Chris Hugo with Denny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX and online at MyWithersRadio.com, presented by Banterra Bank. No bank for the away team, bank for the locals. Banterra, locally owned and operated. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Yeah, Curtis Lagaki back out to another inning of work as he'll square off against the meat of the order.
Colors of umpire jerseys today?
They're navy blue. I think we can all agree on that, although some might consider it midnight blue.
Yeah.
Depending upon the time of day. I'll talk colors. Did some Photoshop stuff today. All kinds of random HTML color codes and hand tone colors. Gotta love it. Here we come, and that's going to be a pitch outside low to Grant Garrett, 1-0. Feel like it's a teacher's convention here. Retired and active. 1-0 is coming. Garrett will take. Tie, 2-0. I believe next week, spring break for most of the county. 2-0 is coming. This is high, 3-0. Rams, of course, won't be doing much traveling. Their only road game next week is at West Frankfort. The rest of them are here at home. Friendly confines. 3-0 coming. Obligatory 3-1. Yes.
Where's the Belleville East team at?
They're here. Somewhere.
Are they here? Or are they there?
What does mine say?
Yours says here.
Am I wrong?
And the schedule on the high school, I think, says there.
Hey, guess what? We're going to Belleville East next week, too.
So I don't know. You have to check and make sure.
Well, they came here last year, so I'm willing to bet we're going there.
Yeah.
Because Belleville West is here. Yeah, I screwed up. Hey, thanks for pointing that out.
I saw it last night looking over my
Good call. As Garrett walked on the 3-2 pitch.
Schedules are hard to get a hold of around here. You never know.
Boy, that's something. As we away, high and tight. 1-0. I am horrible about putting my schedules out. Need to correct that online, too, because I did the old copy paste. I got to fix that. 1-0 is coming. Misses outside. Nope. Delayed strike call. 1-1. I'll get used to that.
Gotta wait on Mr. Pavlov. State tournament quality umpire.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd have had that condition response down by now. I cracked myself stuff up on that one, and it wasn't funny. 1-1. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, no score is Young. We'll send that foul first base side. Now falls behind 1-2. No scores report as of yet. If we had any, they'd be presented. What? We got one?
End of 1. Benton and Hamilton County tied at 2.
We're not going to have that come very often.
No, that'll be the first 3 innings, and it'll quickly veer off.
Already forgot the score. What was it? 2-2 after 1?
After 1, yeah.
Benton and McLeansboro. The game radio list today, I believe. 1-2 coming. Young will send that. It'll fall for a base hit into right. And Reeves, the courtesy runner, will be held up at second, so it'll be first and second on the base hit by Colin Young. So the Rams looking to strike here. That scoreboard update was presented by Tony Wiltz and State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, see Tony. He's on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower in Mount Vernon. Or you can find him online at TonyWiltz.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Sawyer Harrison steps in with 2 on and nobody out in second. Still no score here. Looking to change that. Ligaki relegated to the stretch now. We'll see what the right-hander comes with here. Looks back towards Reeves at second. Harrison will show bunt. Bunts it back to the backstop for strike 1.
Drop that back. Kind of get that bat out in front of the plate and go.
Turn that down. Nothing in 1 is the count here to Sawyer Harrison. 2 on, nobody out in the second inning. Glad to have you listen. We got underway at about 4:28, so 2 minutes early on the start. Not too bad. Rams like to keep it an hour and a half if they can, as Ligaki will step off with the runner back to second.
I bet Montini would like to as well, since they're heading home.
I don't know if they're going to. I've meant to ask if they're going to head home tonight.
Or if they would. They'd get back by 11.
I'm not real sure where Lombard is. I know where it is. As Harrison will drop the bunt down this time, the pitcher Ligaki will field. Almost pulled the runner or the first baseman off the bag, and a great recovery there by Doblasinski. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt by Sawyer Harrison, 3-1.
Ooh, actually 1-4. That's first baseman charged.
I said 3-1.
You said 3-1.
Why'd I write that down? That's not what they're right.
I was just checking.
So I was looking at Zane Zonders in my book. I have no idea.
I don't know either. However, it's second and third and 1 out. That's a nice bump by Sawyer Harrison.
I did not even write it in the right inning. So I have to some erasing to do. Is Williams had it at 1-0 and bounced it off. 1 ball, 1 strike down to Matt Williams. Wow. Not even on the right kid.
Montini's out barking about something. So we'll see what that was. Greg Pavlov's cleaning off the plate, talking to the umpire. Now looks at the dugout, so I'm sure there was an opinion given that wasn't very nice.
Sure. Just off the plate, allows some time to chirp back. 1-1 is the count. Pitch on the way to Williams, misses high. Nope.
That was a good curveball. All floated in there on the old sidewinder.
1-2's in route. Williams has to go. It'll be a ground ball to third. They're going to get Reeves hung up. He has no choice but to go to the plate. He will try to dive.
Good line
that may have been. So that'll be 5-2.
Reeves is out, 5-2. I don't think he tried to do anything to the catcher because he was ducking his head, so he kind of gave himself up.
Right.
But that's not how everybody's acting. Williams reaches on the fielder's choice. And Montini's coach is out, and he's probably arguing about running somebody over. I don't think it was running somebody over. I think Reeves took the worst end of it because when you're ducking your head like that, it's just like in football. You're going to duck your head and have something done. And tell you what, Reeves is lucky he didn't get hurt that time.
Well, he was trying to work. I don't know if he has any initiative to try to go back. I mean, it wasn't open, so he couldn't.
Well, no, there was no way because Loftus had him blocked off. He wasn't getting around him. And you know Montini's football tradition. I'm sure they got some football players out here. The way Loftus looks, so strike 1, the way he looks, he's one of those that probably strapped on a helmet.
Of course, no score, 2 outs, 2 aboard. Runners on second and third for Hayden Padinsky. 0-1 is the count. Makes a curveball. That's a strike, 0-2.
Kaki's curveball is pretty phenomenal.
Not bad. And that's high fastball, 1-2. What did you say, 11-5?
For what?
His Curveball.
9-6 while ago. Now it's going about 10, 11, 11-4.
As Czerwinski's going to pay dividends here in his first at bat. That'll be a 2 RBI single as it goes into right center field. So look at that.
That was handy.
The Rams are on top, 2-0.
Knocks in the second hit. Knocks in 2 runs. 2-0 Mount Vernon. Nice job. Mr. Czerwinski, glad to have you back.
Well, thank goodness Gately will stand in now. He makes his first start of the year as well. Runner on first, 2 outs. Rams take a 2-0 lead on the 2 RBI single for Hayden Czerwinski. To the top of the order after this is Jones is back on deck with a runner on first. Gately. They'll take high, 1-0. There's Grant Garrett. Bilingual Grant Garrett. 1-0 coming. Taps foul. Counts even 1-1.
Of course, the big boys started today.
Allegedly.
Pieces of it.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw pieces of it. It's hard for me to get up that early for the Mariners and the A's, I believe.
It wasn't happening for me. 2-1.
No.
King Felix took on, I believe, McCarthy.
Yes.
For your starters.
Yeah, I got a win.
Ackley ended up with both your runs batted in today.
Sean Figgins had a good game.
I believe as this is going to be sent into center for a base hit. So the bottom of the order paying huge dividends here today, as that'll put runners on first and second for Zach Jones.
Bottom of the order paying off. Bottom of the order, Colin Young, Czerwinski, and Gately, all with singles here so far, with the Rams winning 2-0.
Of course, Czerwinski put 2 runs across the plate. That's the difference thus far here in the bottom of the second inning with 2 on and 2 out for Zach Jones. Popped up, I believe, to the catcher his last time up. But my notes aren't making sense today, so we're not. That's wrong as he takes the first pitch high, 1-0. Our handwriting's been horrible all day. Handwriting. 1-0 will be sent foul behind us, and that'll get out of play. Counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now pay attention, non-paying customers, which is everybody.
Yeah, it's greatest bargain in baseball. Until the postseason.
Yeah, postseason, then they line you up.
You got to block off entrances and force people to pay.
Got to build fences.
Yeah.
Make them electrical.
1-1 to count to Jones with 2 on and 2 out here in the second. Rams take a 2-0 lead. Just joining us, Colin Young and Matt Williams crossed the plate on the 2 RBI single by Czerwinski. It's now 2-1 on Jones. He took one high. He worked the count full before fouling out back in the first. We're going to check on the runner at second. He is back with a slide.
I guess see if the uniform can get dirty or not.
He's itching to get it dirty, I think. First appearance of the year for Hayden Czerwinski, and now the pitch on the way to Jones is going to miss high again. 3 balls and a strike. Jones, of course, our Ram of the Week last week, had a couple of saves for the Rams. Presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. The next pitch will miss inside. So 2-out walk will load the bases for Landon Thomas.
Load him up. Let's see what we can do here. A little 2-out bingo from Landon Thomas.
Hey, here it is. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations of friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. 2 gone, 2-0 lead here for the Rams in the home half of the second inning with the bases crammed for Landon Thomas. Magaki's pitch on the way misses high, 1-0.
Name the city that has the highest sales for Kool-Aid.
Highest sales for Kool-Aid?
Yeah, don't look.
Where am I going to look? I don't have it written down.
I was on Twitter.
Oh, I got you. 1-0's coming. Might have caught the outside corner. Well to the left-handed Thomas, 1-1. Is it a big city?
Yeah. Relatively close.
St. Louis, Missouri?
Yeah.
Really? Tropical Punch?
I don't know. It just says Kool-Aid.
Charkleberry Finn?
Kool-Aid in general.
1-1's coming. That's going to be sent into shallow left field. The shortstop, Baba, will make the catch. So good grab there by Baba to end the inning. And the Rams will strand the bases loaded, but not before scoring 2. It's 2-0 good guys. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
If I could see into the future, you know what I'd want to know? I'd want to know how the whole thing is going to turn out. Did I make the right decisions for my business? Helping my daughter memorize all 50 states in alphabetical order. Did it really matter?
Understanding that the future is about planning, not worrying, is why Erie Insurance is above all in service. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you.
Your Erie agent in Mount Vernon is the Bean Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 242-6017.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Rams Baseball on AM 940 WMIX, Mount Vernon, Effingham, Terre Haute, and online at mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Top of the hour here in Mount Vernon. And of course, as you're with us on WMIX online at mywithersradio.com. If you want your 5 o'clock news, FM only today. It's brought to you by People's National Bank and Ford Square. Here comes the first pitch of the inning. Top of the order. Lentine getting us started. The lefty takes the ball 1-0. So we're telling you about Kool-Aid. Talking about Kool-Aid before the break. So we're down to the top of the third. Rams on top 2-0. Lentine will swing and foul back to 1-0. It's now 1-1. Word that again. St. Louis, Missouri drinks the most Kool-Aid.
Let me find it. It was on Twitter. I will retweet it for those of you. St. Louis posts the highest sales for Kool-Aid across the country.
So 1-1 will miss inside, get away. It's 2-1.
A lot of Kool-Aid drinkers over there.
Tropical punch. That's a good one. Is it tropical punch or tropical fruit?
No, it says there's a link.
I'm not as far as I'm trying to name flavors now.
There's a link.
It's been a while since I've had me. They have those jammers things out that make a popular lunchbox drink, because that'll miss high and away to Lentine, 3-1. Sharkleberry Finn was one I used to drink back in the day. Cherry, grape. Some random flavors in there too. They had like crackling flavors there for a while that made noise. It'll be a leadoff walk to Lentine. Up and away again on 3-1. Ecto Cooler, that was high C. They had Slimer on the front. We're talking Kool-Aid here, though. Kool-Aid kind of gets a bad rap for that whole Jonestown thing. It wasn't even Kool-Aid.
No, something else. I've retweeted it so you can find it.
I got you. I saw Kool-Aid, cereal, Pop-Tarts for hours, as we found out. Brings up Bob. He'll lay down a bunt, first base side. Great scoop by Ellis over to the second baseman covering. It'll be 1-4 on the sacrifice.
Nice bunt. I see these two teams, they can bunt away. You know, push some people over.
You'll be happy to know I wrote that down not only on the right kit, but the right inning. And I was paying attention to what I was doing and words there correctly. Happens sometimes. Bartos will stand in. Runner on second, so an RBI chance here at the top of the third. Rams on top 2-0. Only one out here for Bartos, as Ellis is trying to keep the shutout intact. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Rams, no errors. No runs on 3 hits thus far for Montini, and that'll be a first pitch strike across the outside corner to the right-handed Bartos. 0-1. You have a scoreboard update coming your way here in just a moment. Bartos stands back in. Pitch is on the way, apparently, and it's going to be fouled off. 0-2. We good?
Yeah, we're good. We're under the mezzanine.
Well, I don't have to worry about my car getting hit.
Now, you have mine. Somebody's either fouled one off power style or pulled one dead pool.
You'd have to hit a Kentucky to get mine. 0-2 is the count with 1 out, the runner on second.
I could see the Ohio River over there.
Here comes the 0-2 to Bartos. It'll be into center field. Thomas will make the grab. Runner will have a chance to tag 2 away. Czerwinski will step in 1-for-1 today. He singled back in the first, was later stranded.
Long, lanky, left-handed batter plays first.
I believe Hamco leads Benson now in baseball.
Nope, tied at 3 at the end of 2. I got that short porch going down there at Evaldi Field.
Oh, they're still at home. Have they
No. They're supposed to be at DuQuoin. It got moved because DuQuoin's field wasn't ready with the backstop bench yet. That is ready. I have made connections with DuQuoin, let them know we're on our way.
Thank you.
So that's done.
2 gone, a runner on second here in the top of the third for Montini. Czerwinski stands in. Ellis looks into the mid of the catcher, fires home, and that's to be popped up, shading foul, left field side. It'll be a long strike one.
They just played a lot of home games. I think they played at El Dorado, but the majority of their games have been at City Park.
They're got some road trips coming over the next couple of weeks, I noticed.
Oh, they're going to have lots of road trips. They've been at home quite a bit. They're going to have to get on that road and go in that Ohio division. Which is
I think Friday they're at Weber.
Friday they might be at Weber. They do play Weber. Weber plays just about anybody for a small 1A school.
They'll take all comers. We're doing a great job over there in eastern Jefferson County. Nothing to 1 the count to Basinski. Check swing. Ooh, just missed low, 1-1.
Weber kind of roots their way on everybody's schedule.
A scoreboard update a moment ago was presented by Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance financial service needs, see Tony here in Mount Vernon, or log on to TonyWilt.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Basinski, a 1-1 count with 2 gone, a runner on second. Represents a tie and run at the plate. Almost got away from Garrett. Great block. Able to find it. It's 2-1. Runner will have to stay put at second. They're going to check on the runner. Hey, I could see that. Throw got away.
Who's got the ball?
Ball went. I was screened by the umpire.
I was watching the aforementioned or done trickery by Mount Vernon. You have to start watching players, and that time they were all freaking out, so I knew it had to be right. The ball was loose somewhere.
I may have to adjust my position between innings.
You can. You know, but here I can't see much here either. I'm pretty well the way it's being taken in.
Yeah. 2-1's coming. That's going to miss outside 3 balls in the strike.
Now, if a pitch is like that, high and away to left-hand hitter, I can see anything I want.
Not getting much help from a standing straight up home plate umpire, but that's quite all right.
Well, he's on a short list who I would have on any game that would be big.
That's why it's quite all right. As we wait to 3-1 with 2 outs to the runner on second. Here it comes from Ellis. That's going to be a ground ball right side. Saunders picks it up, no problem. He'll go ahead and throw over to recovering Ellis. Good move by Saunders and Ellis to get the out, and we are through 2.5, still 2-0 Rams. This is Confident Baseball on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke is an orthopedic surgeon specializing in spine surgery, treatment of the injured back, and will provide the newest state-of-the-art procedures in the region. Dr. Steinke is fellowship trained in spine and brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke is a gifted physician and contributor to orthopedic textbooks and will see patients starting in April. Call 618-242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com.
This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Brennan Klein Field as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Rams still on top of Montini, 2-0. It'll be Zonders, Garrett, and Young coming up here in the home half of the third inning, presented by Banterra Bank. Don't bank on the away team, bank for the locals. Banterra is locally owned and operated. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Right-hander will stand in against the pitcher, Lagaki. Swing and miss the first pitch strike, 0-1. There we go. Out of the windup, comes Lagaki. It's in the dirt.
Somebody's going to think I'm 1-1. Did something over here where you moved over?
And that's going to be right in the wheelhouse of Zonders. He'll send that to center, making a nice grab on the run off of one knee as Burholtz, and that'll be 1 away.
Somebody's going to think I had a little flash.
Well, as soon as I move to my right, I
a little
see
WWE SmackDown.
But then the umpire will move right.
Yeah, you're pretty well pooched.
Because this is usually our best vantage point. Haven't had a problem here in about, I guess this is our 5th year of Rams baseball. So I have to think differently as Garrett will stand in, swing at the first pitch to the right side of the infield. Second baseman Barrett unable to make the grab.
You could tell right out of the gate. He doesn't have sunglasses on. Looked up first before he put the glove up to block the sun out. And that ball hits the ground. And it did tip his glove, so I'm going to go E4. By my count, that
scoreboard beat you to it.
Well, I didn't look at the scoreboard for that reason.
All good.
To give my reasoning. Somewhere along the way, I missed something else.
I did too.
I don't remember that one error. Do you?
Unless the one thing I can think of was the check on the runner at second that got away. I don't know. That's the only thing I can come up with that's anywhere close.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Well. Young will stand in, foul one back, and it's all right.
Safe.
Just like that.
Flash in the Ohio River back there.
Closer than you think.
That's what I said. It's flash in the Ohio River. I feel like I go to Kentucky Oaks Mall.
Runner on first, one out here for Young, and that take a bounce off the pitcher again on the screen.
Yep. That'll go as a hit. Colin Young, his second hit of the game. That's the 4th from Mount Vernon. Ground ball back to the box, and nothing that Lagaki could do but knock it down and try to field it. That's one of those deals as a pitcher. If you can get to it and you're 110% sure to get it, go ahead and grab it. But if you're not sure, you got to let that baby go. That's what happens more times than not.
So it'll be first and second now for Sawyer Harrison, who stands in. One out here in the bottom of the third. Rams on top 2-0. Pitch on the way. Harrison shows bunt, pulls back. The runners are going. And safe everywhere. It'll be second and third.
Second and third now. Mount Vernon with a little rally here.
Harrison will stand back in. It was in the dirt. He pulled the bunt back, so 1-0 to Sawyer. As we wait the pitch from Lagaki, working quick. Goes off speed that time. Gets Harrison 1-1. Second Chance Auto, your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles. Prices are $10,000 in one location. Make great financing for everybody. Second Chance Auto, what's not to love? Route 142 East. In Mount Vernon, Harrison will get some size from Coach Holloway. Stand back in the box here. Lagaki coming out to us out of the stretch, as I can see him now. But we'll have time called. Visit to the mound will be brought to you by Ford Square, King City Chrysler. We're the best never rest. Count on us.
Is that right?
So growing up, what was your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid?
What do you mean growing up? Did we have to stop drinking it?
Oh, that's right. You still do.
I
still have a batch or two.
You know, kind of a lime guy.
Are you really?
Grape, yeah. Orange works well, too.
I like the blue.
Really, you just can't go wrong. Raspberry on a good day with a different taste, that was good, too.
I like that tropical punch. That came in the blue packet.
I can remember jumping in and eating it out of the freaking container back in the day when it was sugar. You just have at it. That's the good stuff.
As we await the 1-1 for Harrison. The visit is over. That's in the dirt. Ahead in the count is Sawyer, 2-1. .75 with the sun on our backs feels more like about 80, 82. As Harrison will show bunt again. Was it going to be a squeeze? Now we're going to have an issue here at third.
Yeah.
As the runners didn't go, and now let's see what happens here. Trying to slide around the tag is Reeves, a courtesy runner.
Yep.
And now they're going to have Garrett possibly at second, but he slides back in safely.
That's 3 outs.
You bet. That ends up being a double play. We'll explain it when we come back. We'll take a break. Wow. 2-0 Rams. We head to the fourth. This is Mount Vernon Baseball on WMIX.
More Americans are on a move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we needed help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back to Rams baseball, powered by Banterra Bank.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Field, as we head to the top of the fourth. Rams on top 2-0. It's Klein, Barrett, Legacki coming up here for Montini, otherwise known as 5, 6, and 7. We'll explain the end of that passing here in just a moment as the first pitch misses outside, 1-0.
Had a ball bunted back to the pitcher, so second and third, it was a squeeze. Missed Klein at third. Pitcher got the out, 1-3. Then they threw home to get the runner, hung up between third and second, or third and home. Swing and a miss. As the runner was late breaking from third to home, missed that sign on the squeeze. Runner from second was already on top of third, so the runner from third tried to get home. Wasn't going to happen.
No, it wasn't.
Second time the courtesy runner's been thrown out to play today. Rough plays.
1-1 to Klein. Looked like that was squeeze for ball two. So 2-1 here to Klein. Interesting thing about it is this is the second time the Rams have tried that this year, and it ends up in a double play.
Just, again, odd base running mistakes you don't see out of this team.
2-1's coming. In the dirt, 3-1. So the Rams have stranded quite a few today.
Rams have already stranded 4 in 3 innings.
As we wait the 3-1 pitch outside, it will be a leadoff walk to Austin Klein, who gets the board here to start the fourth. Rams on top, 2-0. With a team like Montini capable of hitting the ball, that could change. Whether retirement is years or months away, open a retirement account to fit your lifestyle perfectly. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Ellis now the stretch. Will fire. That's going to catch the outside corner for strike one.
Well, Montini's left 4 on through 3 innings as well.
I won a lot of ball games stranding your runners. To be a little bit more productive on both sides. 0-1 the count here to Packy Barrett. With a runner on first and nobody out. Check swing. Looked like it caught the corner. It did. 0-2. The right-hander falls behind here to Tyler Ellis. 0-2. See if maybe he decides to waste one on the 0-2 count. Nope. Be a ground ball to third. Harrison will throw to second. Williams the turn. Thought it'd be 5-4-3, double play.
Pitcher's best friend. Nice job by Ellis to force that ground ball. Good turn by the middle by the infielders. 5-4-3 around the horn. And
that'll bring up Curtis Legacki trying to help out his own cause now. With 2 outs and the base is empty, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Seems like when the Rams have a miscue offensively, there's something defensively that just starts to turn the corner. As Legacki, the right-hander, stands in, takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Now you're getting a read.
Well, just assuming at this point. Can't see, but I can see where the ball ends up. So I don't know when it's coming. If I see the end result is that's going to miss high, side, 1-1. Got to play the card you're dealt, and you're dealt even.
Thanks, Kenny.
We wait the 1-1. Where's it coming? There it is. That's going to catch the outside corner, 1-2. So the Rams a strike away from getting out of the inning here, maintaining that 2-0 lead. It'll be bottom of the order coming up in the bottom half of this fourth inning. Let's see what happens. That's going to be fisted right side of the infield. Saunders trying to come up with a diving grab and can't. No way to cover first. I think the Rams thought they were getting out of the inning right there.
Interesting on that. Tough play, but he touched it. So I don't know. I'd give an error, but that's my not sympathizing self.
Runner on first, 2 gone for Burholtz here in the top of the fourth. Tying run at the plate.
Got to make that catch.
Foul behind us. It'll be 0-1.
Still haven't put anything up on the board
yet. I don't
yet.
think the scoreboard wants that to make a rule 2. That's it.
I'm going E. That's got to be caught. They gave a hit.
Yep.
they're a lot nicer than I am.
The runner's going. The throw will be down to second. It's off the glove of the covering shortstop into center.
I wouldn't run on that one.
No.
Yeah.
You don't run on Landon Thomas.
No. Well, that's, again, you see some miscues here from the Rams in the last couple of days, and Coach Holloway is pacing the dugout, storming around not happy with the sloppy play that is ongoing from his Rams.
As the count is 1-1 with 2 gone. Officially rolled a single for Legaki. Standing back in and swinging and missing as Berholtz falls behind 1-2.
They're nicer than I am, so I like to say.
Probably because he had to make the
I know.
I'm guessing it's a philosophy. 1-2 the count, a strike away from getting out of the inning with the runner in scoring position of the Rams. Berholtz stands back in. Let's figure out when the pitch is coming. There it is.
Off the knob of the bat.
Stays 1-2. Rams baseball presented by Tony scoreboard updates, I should say, presented by Tony State Farm Insurance. We'll try to keep you abreast of the one we have updates for, Benton and Hamilton County. 1-2 the count. Here it comes. Fouled back. Stays 1-2.
Haven't gotten any in a while, so those are about done.
Yep. Still tied at 3.
Last I knew.
There you go. Tony Wells, State Farm Insurance, corner 42nd, South Water Tower in Mount Vernon. Online at TonyWilt.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 1-2 the count here on Berholtz, the center fielder. Runner on second. It's an RBI chance with 2 outs here, top 4. Still 2-0 Rams. Here comes the pitch. I can feel it. That's going to miss inside. 2-2.
Just inside. Can't have back-to-back Catholic schools on the schedule between Montini and Althoff.
There you go. Different dioceses. Is that plural diocese?
Diocese.
Diocese. There we go. I knew something sounded right about that. 2-2 coming. Foul. Stays the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second here in the top of the 4th. Still a 2-0 ball game. Seeing the Rams on top here. Looking to improve their record to 8-2 on the year. Hard to believe this is our 10th baseball game. Wow. Kind of scary when you think about it.
Quota's up. It's going to be in about a week.
Ellis looks back to the runner on second. The right-hander working out of the stretch. I can see that. 2-2 coming. 2-2 misses high. 3-2.
That bad here by Berholtz. Battling here.
He singled us last time up back in the second, but that's as far as he got. One of the 4 runners stranded here today for Montini. They trailed 2-0 here in the 4th. Ellis looks back. And here we go. Swung and miss. The Rams get out of the inning. As Montini strands the runner, we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-0 good guys. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. When it comes to vehicle awards, there's definitely a lot of competition out there, to say the least. The 2012 Ford F-150 has been awarded the Motor Trend Truck of the Year for many reasons. This truck is the most fuel-efficient truck in its class, the toughest and most powerful, too. The F-150 tows the most, up to 11,300 pounds. It hauls the most, up to 3,120 pounds. And it generates the most available power, up to 411 horsepower. Take your pick of 9 distinctive models, 4 high-tech engines, 3 box lanes. Whatever you need a truck to do the best, the F-150 lineup delivers. Right now you can purchase a 2011 Ford F-150 that MSRP's at $40,700 and drive away for a little over $31,000. Come see us at Ford Square at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where the best never rests.
Yes, you can. Let's go back to the field, powered by Banterra Bank.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Field here for Rams Baseball. It is presented by Banterra Bank. With Banterra's mobile banking, you can check your accounts online for the bleachers. Banterra Bank, thank you with mobile style. Remember FDIC, bottom of the order here for the Rams in the bottom of the 4th, on top 2-0. As it will be Matt Williams, Hayden Paninsky, and Josh Gately, barring any lineup changes.
Most of the damage coming from the bottom part of the order.
Especially that 2-run single by Paninsky. Is this going to go off the field this time for Matthew Williams? And he leads off with a single. You have to be impressed with how he's played this year.
I'm telling you what, he's made it very easy for Tim Holloway to just put his name in ink at second base in the 7 or 8 spot or 9 spot. It'll be a while for somebody to pull that position away from him, the way he's played in the field and hit at the plate.
Rams have been very blessed with great second basemen over the past 4 or 5 seasons. As he stands in, they're going to check on the runner. We're waiting for it. There it came. Williams is back with a head-first dive. Czerwinski, of course, 1 for 1 today, had a 2 RBI single back in the second, and that has entirely been the difference in this ballgame from an offensive standpoint. Legacki looks in. He'll fire home. It looked to be in the dirt, 1-0. Here comes Legacki's pitch. Czerwinski gets a piece of that. Shortstop did grab it out of thin air.
Pretty nice little play. That ball was diving down toward Bava's feet. I mean, he had to dive backhand on his left shoe top and pull that one off the ground. Because I think if it gets to the ground, it gets by him. But it was a nice play by Bava there, the shortstop.
Brings up Gailey, single back in the second. Runner on first, 1 out here for the Rams. Home half of the fourth inning, up 2-0 as Legacki. We'll have to wait for Gailey, who calls time. Let's see, here it comes. Missed high, 1-0. All kinds of bugs crawling over this place. Weird.
Welcome to spring.
No kidding. It's supposed to be even worse this year. Can't imagine why. 1-0's coming. Fouled straight back, 1-1.
Because there really was never a hard freeze.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of grass is green already and growing through the roof, and Hoop Center maintenance staff has not been working very hard.
They haven't had time.
No.
1-1 the count with 1 out and a runner on first here, bottom of the fourth. It's in the dirt to Gately, 2-1.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to worry about it if you don't live in the city.
Not necessarily true.
Everybody's mowing and watering and everything else I've seen already. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I've mowed twice. Should have been 3 times.
Maybe
check on the runner again.
Maybe a group project Sunday night for everybody before it starts.
Good luck with that. I'll probably just finished doing my own. Palm Sunday this Sunday.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
WrestleMania.
That too. And they'll check on the runner Williams again. He's back safe. 2-1 is the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Rams still up 2-0.
Women's Final Four.
Yeah, Sunday and Tuesday action. If I'm not mistaken, the women's game. 2-1. Thought it was in the dirt. I was screened. Didn't see a call, so that means ball 3. Thought about throwing behind the runner, but you have to look it into your mitts before you can transition to your hand and throw down the first.
Watering grass before April 1st.
Unreal. 3-1, and that's going to be sent foul to the first base dugout.
Hello. Pay attention over there, men.
Heads up. Count's now full. Williams really getting into the head of Legacki.
My watering system's from the sky. I did it.
Nothing wrong with that. As with full count, it's to be fouled off. Somewhere. Nope. I think Portageon. That's where it went. Went over that way. Count stays full.
Portageon was Portafool yesterday.
Port-au-Prince.
It was
cool. I see what you did there. Full count. We'll throw behind. That is a strikeout on Gately. Looked like a pitch low. I don't believe he offered.
No.
So 2 away now.
Kick it by him.
For Zach Jones, he walked his last at bat. Back in the second inning. Rams are on top 2-0. Oh, man. With the lefty. Sees here on the first pitch. Will be high and away. 1-0. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports, or like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Back to first goes the check on Williams. Again, he's in Legacki's head. Understandably so. As we wait to see what happens on 1-0. And Jones will send that to first. Czerwinski will pick it up, step on the bag unassisted, and that does us through 4. Still 2-0 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we needed help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Wake up, grab coffee, get something to eat? Why not add a little WMIX Saturday Sports Show to your Saturday? From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, we have guests, discussion, and fun involving the regional sports topics that matter to you. It's the pick-me-up you need to start your morning off right. It's the Saturday Sports Show every single week on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. You're listening to Rams Baseball on AM 940 WMIX, Mount Vernon, Bloomington, Paducah, and online at mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Field, as we head to the top of the fifth. 9-1-2 coming up for Montini. It's Loftus, Lentine, and Bava to face Tyler Ellis. Shut out thus far. No runs on 4 hits for Montini. And the first pitch of the inning is a strike on the outside corner, as Loftus, the right-hander, falls behind. He struck out looking back in the second. I get some sort of revenge here in the fifth. Hobbs foul, right field side. It'll scoot out of play. It'll be 0-2. Good effort by Gately, though. Where'd it go? There it is. Ain't losing stuff. As that also ties shoe, gives me time to tell you, familiar faces, new places. Bank of Ray and Bria, Community First Bank's new 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. 0-2 the count on the catcher. That'll go behind him. It'll be 1-2.
Up the ball for a batter to get out of the way from the one that goes behind him. You're not trained muscle-wise to do that.
Just went by. And now it's 1-2 here on the catcher, Loftus. On the way. Ooh, just misses outside. Counts even 2 balls and 2 strikes. So good eye by Loftus to work himself back in the count, but it was 2-2 last time that froze him at the knees. See what else goes with here. Catcher sets up. Pitch is on the way, and that is fouled towards the first base dugout again. Counts remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Loftus getting us started here. 5th inning action for Brennan Klein Field. Rams lead Montini 2-0. Ellis looks in. He'll fire. Swung and a miss. Went high heat that time. 1 away. Ellis actually doing a pretty good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts.
He's having a heck of an outing right now. Doing a great job. Of course, Lugaki's not bad. He just had that tough luck inning. Other than that, he's been pretty good.
2-0 the Ram lead. Montini sends up a lefty. Chris Lentine for a 3rd time today. He's 0 for 1, and he will drive that towards the left field. There to get it, of course, is Hayden Paniski. He'll keep it as a single. Well played on the angle.
Montini's had a runner on in every inning.
I believe they stranded 5.
Already tweeted.
What, that they've stranded 5?
Yeah.
Well done. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. If you don't have the Twitter, that's fine. If you're what the kids say call Twitterless, you can go to twitter.com/94 Sports. As the right-hander Bob will stand in, the runner going. He'll foul that back. The runner will have to go back, and it's 0-1. I was old for the first time today, Danny.
Why's that?
Well, I was offended by how some of the kids drove at lunch.
At lunch?
Yep.
I like that.
I knew I was old.
Hey, we'll go ahead after this pitch.
As it waits to 0-1. The Bava. He will send that towards right center. Thomas is going to cut it off. Going to third is the runner. The throw will be cut off. They'll have no chance for the runner in the rundown, as Saunders will make the tag for 2 away. So that'll go down as 8-4-3 on the pick.
Bava sounds... The name Bava, it's like that commercial out now with the Hoppa.
Yes.
The Bava, the Hoppa.
Well, I'm trying not to laugh. That's what's in the back of my mind every time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was
kind of knew I was old enough, but that's a good place to work on your skills. NASCAR-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it's not more than 10 years ago that I was offending people myself. Come back as the pitcher, one pitch, maybe the third out. Bartos will ground out to Ellis. So 1-3 does us through 4.5. It's 2-0 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hometown proud Baroviax IGA. There's a better way to shop today, Baroviax IGA. If it's Baroviax, you know it's fresh for you and your family. If it's Baroviax, you got the best. For hometown proud, you see. Hometown proud Baroviax IGA. Hometown proud Baroviax IGA.
For more content, like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
Welcome back, Brendan Klein Memorial Field. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Rams. It'll be Landon Thomas, Zane Zonders, and Grant Garrett. Colin Young, who's 2 for 2. Should anybody get aboard today? Rams Baseball is presented by Banterra Bank, the official voice of the Rams. Don't strike out. Take control of your health care expenses with a tax-advanced self-savings account. Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. Member FDIC. So lefty Thomas gets us started. 0 for 2 today. Pitcher remains Legaki at this point. 2-0, still your score. Rams on top. Would love to get some insurance here in the home half of the 5th. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski with you on WMIX. Avery Barton is back in the studio. He keeps us online at mywithersradio.com. It's in the dirt on the first pitch of the inning. 1-0 here to Thomas. I believe I covered just about everything. At least in that regard.
Legaki and Ellis. Nice pitching battle so far.
Pitcher's duel, I believe.
Legaki had 63 pitches coming into this inning, and then Ellis, he finished that 5th inning, he's up to about 72.
As Thomas poked one foul over the third base dugout, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Obviously, as Thomas gets a start, he'll take one in the dirt, inside 2-1. Took me back just then. Fruit Bowl basketball season, yep. 2-1's coming. This is high, 3-1. I haven't seen said vehicle on the main street.
I don't know
what's 3-1 the count.
You never know.
Yeah. Swung and a miss. Went low that time.
It's like watching Wheel of Fortune with their new little gigs on the wheel. You never know what's going to pop up.
I was playing Wheel of Fortune on
the
Xbox, actually. At the just grounded foul on a, I can't remember if it's a Super Nintendo emulator or the Nintendo emulator.
I was struggling with iPad issues at work today, with the work iPad, with the work Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're trying to make yourself sound younger as I make myself sound older. I did not see where it went, screened by the umpire again.
1-3, back to the pitcher. I had a little trouble with the firewall, not letting me in to do some things.
Oh, really? Windows firewall or different firewall?
The firewall.
School firewall?
School firewall.
Oh, can't help you.
Yeah.
Can't help you.
So I went through everything on the iPad that I could without trying to hack into something, so it was made a call to the people, and they were, when I left, they were still working on it 30 minutes later.
Oh, wow. So what?
I mean, it was not connecting to the App Store where I can buy apps.
I know which one you're on. 1-0's coming.
No.
That counts even 1-1. Not the basketball stat thing?
No, it's not my iPad. I can't buy that.
Oh, okay. It's not your iPad?
No.
1-1.
Work iPad.
There, you heard it off of the overhang. Good. Oh, almost.
It sounds like Three Stooges. That's coming back.
Gong Show, 1 and 2.
Not quite sold on
Not
that
happy
one
with
yet.
that.
Hey, I'll tell you a movie I'm not happy with.
1-2 coming. That's going to be a ground ball. Took a wild hop off the mound towards second. Could benefit the defense. It does as Barrett makes the play. 4-3 goes Zonders. What are you not happy
with? The most awful remake of recent memory.
21 Jump Street. Do not get me started.
That's pitiful.
It's not even. It's like loosely based. Loosely.
It's not even loosely.
It's like the shoe fell off. Loosely.
That's like the shoe fell off.
I vaguely remember 21 Jump Street from the late '80s when I would have been all
Hunger Games was good. You need to see that.
I don't even know what the everybody's making a big deal about Hunger Games.
It's a kiddie book they read, teenage book.
I don't read.
Again, you don't have to read.
Well,
I'm going to read the book, too, before I go see the movie, too, because you know that's coming.
Well, Donald Sutherland you read the book.
Lee Harold.
I already has a... Oh, okay. You might have sold me there. It's nothing to do now.
Lenny Kravitz bought acting lessons somewhere.
Lenny Kravitz in there?
Yeah, he was good, too.
Otherwise known as Mario Van Peebles?
Yeah.
You ever seen them in the same room at the same time? Nothing to do to Garrett now. He'll take it high.
I was wondering, no, I did not watch 21 Jump Street. All you got to do is watch the preview. I'll tell you who told me. Not only did I see the previews are not very good, Coach Cowell tweeted the other day it was not very good. So that's all I need to know.
Speaking of which, you're home for the Final Four at WMIX FM Saturday and Monday.
I hope, for my sake.
Well, at least Saturday for you. 1-2's coming. Garrett will chase. Pitch on the outside corner, and the Rams go 1-2-3 in the fifth. It's still 2-0 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
It's back and better than ever. Red Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 7th. Major manufacturers' representatives will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day, including some new drivers, TaylorMade RBZ, Cleveland Classic, and Adams Fast 12, all for just $2.99 each. Save on a short game. Mizuno JPX 800 HD or Adams A12 OS irons, just $6.99. Callaway Razor XHL irons, just $5.99. Or play the percentages. 20% off all in-stock Ping K15 Series clubs or Callaway shoes. Also, 30% off select name brand bags. And for one day only, all clothing is 20% off. See how you can get some name brand clubs for up to half off. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day, Saturday, April 7th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Red Lake College Golf Outlet off of Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. For more insight, follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Rams Baseball. We head to the top of the sixth. Czerwinski, Klein, Barrett to get us started. To me, the order coming up for the Broncos. 4, 5, and 6. There we go. Second trimester of this lineup. Something like that. This lineup for a pregnant lady. Speaking of which, two non-pregnant people, Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. Avery Barton back to the studio. Presented by Banterra Bank. Let's get technical about going green. Banterra offers free online bill pay and online statements. Banterra Bank, banking with local style. Member FDIC. The lefty Czerwinski, 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first. Gets us started as he ranks 1 into left center for a base hit.
That's the 7th Montini hit. But they trail. They've not been able to get any runs.
They've stranded quite the gamut of runners as well. I believe still at 5.
Illini are allegedly very close to locking in John Gross.
Hey, good for them. Heard that yesterday.
I would not want to mess that situation.
I got to say that touched the jersey of Austin Klein on the inside pitch, so a hit batsman will put 2 aboard now for Montini. So the go-ahead run will approach the plate here in the 6th. Tim Holloway will have a visit with Mr. Ellis on the hill. Brought to you by Ford Square and King City Chrysler, so know where the best never rest. So we were talking about the Hunger Games earlier.
Yeah. Hunger Games was very good.
You're a movie man.
I was very skeptical early about going to see this.
I gotcha. 21 Jump Street, no. Probably will not.
There's no way I can.
I'll be forced to go see Three Stooges. I already know that. I already know that's coming.
I wouldn't mind going to see it, just see how they do it.
I'm a Sean Hayes guy. He plays Curly.
Curly looks like a dead-on. Larry's got the voice. Mo is not.
Sean Hayes, as you may or may not know, is an Illinois State alum. Also of Will and Grace fame. Those of you pop culture fans.
Nice guy, eh?
See how wise this ends up being, as it is a bunt laid down by Packy Barrett. The only choice is to first.
I didn't mind freeze.
There definitely is. Didn't think he had a play. Williams was there waiting on him.
He flat beat it out, too. That runner beat it out. There was no error. 8th hit for Montini, and that was the case there of Ellis was looking around, and for some reason Matt Williams is standing on the bag, and Ellis couldn't see him. One of those deals, those mind freezes you have, and now bases loaded and nobody out for Montini.
Pitcher can help his own cause here with the bases crammed. Again, nobody out, as you just heard. The score still 2-0. Rams on top. In the top half of the 6th. This could be where things get interesting. be. May not be, though.
Vell's going to have some magic here.
He has 5 strikeouts on the day. Making a case for your Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. 2-0 to score, bases loaded here for Montini with nobody out. Goes inside, jam.
Ouch.
Nothing in 1.
That'll hurt the golf game tomorrow at my golf course.
I gotcha.
Uh-huh.
That's how.
Mr. Pavlov is also big into the junior SIGA.
Oh, okay.
That tour that started last summer. They'll start that up here in about a month and a half, 2 months. So that's also, he is involved with that. As is Dr. Ralph Chapman from Pinckneyville, who more people may know as a dentist or a football referee.
Yes.
So, there you go.
Nothing in 1 is the count here to Curtis Lagaki, the pitcher. 1 for 2, struck out in the second, singled in the fourth, but was later stranded. This has been the name of the game today for Montini. Ellis was a bit nervous out there, rattled somewhat. And that'll be a deep foul.
Lower dent. Boy, I'd like to retweet something, but I can't.
In the players' parking lot. And 0-2 is the count to Lagaki. Big 0-2 count here for Ellis to try to help himself get out of some trouble. No, he'd like a comebacker on the ground ball and have fire home. Swung on a miss, got the heat that time.
That's a big out.
Strikeout number 6.
Corners are in, infield double play depth. I'd like to tweet something here, retweet to this guy. He's all right.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I haven't read it, but go for it.
It's about top 10 talent in the city of Chicago. They'll go after, let's say they need to look at something else.
1 away, bases loaded for Bergholz. Also 1 for 2 today. Struck out his last at bat. Prime opportunity for Montini. Ellis trying to get out of the jam. Throws inside to the right-hander and falls behind 1-0. Trying to go location here to try to move himself out of the jam. There we go. Needed that. Ellis will take a quick gander around the base paths, and now he'll deliver home. High heat, swung and missed, 1-1. If you can get out of this at bat, especially, and have the bases loaded 2 out, you can't totally let your guard down. You can breathe a little sigh of relief as we await the 1-1. Ellis looks into his catcher, fires a little low. It's 2 balls and a strike. I'll catch it on my Twitter.
Okay. We'll see if we get a response.
Oh, you're going to reply? Mm-hmm. I got you. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports or like us on Facebook, WMIX Sports. 2-1 the count here to Joe Bergholz with the bases loaded, 1 out for Montini, top of the 6th, and that is going to be sent to left. Bonitsky will not come up with it. 1 run will score at least. He'll fire it in, and the throw to third will not be in time. So only 1 run will score. It's 2-1. That cuts it in half.
Yeah, the runner had to stop, freeze, and make sure that the ball was not caught. So I will go E7. That's what they rule.
But you have to.
Yeah.
What's Facebook? Said Twitter. My bad. Oh, look.
Yeah, I'll see what it says.
2-1 the score now. Base is still loaded, still 1 out. It'll bring up a pinch hitter for Loftus. It'll be Tom Long.
Plain and name.
For long ball.
Long Thomas.
Long Tom Silver.
With that, we move on.
Yes, we do. Bases are loaded, 1 out, top 6. Rams on top 2-1, but that can change with the swing of the bat for pinch hitter Tom Long. As we near the top of the 6 o'clock hour, Rams like to keep it an hour 30, but that plan's derailed somewhat. First pitch, swung and a miss by Long. This spot in the order struck out twice. And now down in the count 0-1.
I'm just curious. Thought I'd tweet that about that particular topic.
I got you.
Reply. That's a reply thing.
Bases are loaded. 1 out, 0-1 count on the batter Long. Looks like he caught the outside corner that time. 0-2. A big out to get here to try to preserve the 2-1 lead.
Ball double play. Pitcher's best friend here.
Certainly don't want anything that escapes the infield. Next one. Ooh.
Nice play.
That time.
What a play by Garrett. Go gadget, left arm crossover, left-hand batter's box, make that stop. He wasn't going to slide over and get that one, bounce it off the chest protector. He had to go gadget arm to get over there.
The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 6th, 2-1. The Ram lead. Bases are loaded here for Montini as they threat. Pitch on the way. It's a ground ball to short. Could be 2 to second for 1, to first for the other. Nice grab by Zonder. 6-4-3, and a squandered opportunity for Montini. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 2-1 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball on WMIX.
Berkman hits a fly ball deep, left center field, way back toward the pen. It's a goner!
Man, John, I love it when you call a home run. When I hear that, I know my birds are starting to roll.
Thanks, Mike. With Holiday, Freeze, and Berkman back, the ball is going to fly.
Well, get those pipes ready, big boy.
As the Cardinals go for 12 in 12, listen all season long. It's Cardinal Baseball on today's Hot Country, 50,000-watt WMIX FM.
Listen to these Cardinal fans up here, man.
Hello, this is Hunt Bonin with People's National Bank. People's National Bank is proud to be a family-owned bank that has served Southern Illinois for over 100 years. We take pride in offering products that are customer convenient and friendly. With free checking, online banking, CD specials, mortgage products, and many other convenient banking services, we have everything to meet your banking needs. Stop by any People's National Bank and see what banking with a family-owned bank is all about. People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
More baseball action ahead on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
Montini scores 1 in the top of the 6th to cut it in half. It's 2-1 Rams as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up for Mount Vernon, it will be Colin Young, Sawyer Harrison, and Matthew Williams. Barring any changes to the lineup, we'll see Hayden Paniski if anybody gets aboard. Rams would like to add some insurance here in the bottom half of the inning before sending it to the last chance for the Broncos at the top of the 7th. Rams baseball course is presented by Banterra Bank. I encourage you to lead off the season with a Banterra Bank free checking account. Banterra Bank is banking with local style, member FDIC. So the Rams hoping for a long inning here. Here comes the first pitch to Young. Looks like it misses high. It'll be 1-0. The reply back is the next one to Young.
No.
This is the inside corner. Even 1 ball, 1 strike
on that deal.
Never know. It's Twitter. After quickly, 1-1 is on the way to Young. Curveball misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. So the Ram DH is 2 for 2 with a run scored today, also a stolen base. As the 2-1 is en route, and he will get a piece of that. Sends it to left. Right there is Lentine. He'll make the grab. That'll bring up Sawyer Harrison. Second Chance Auto has your largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location, along with bank-rate financing for everybody. Check them out. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, as Harrison will be called back in lieu of a pinch hitter.
In the lieu, the pinch hitter will be Pat the Bat. I see him scrounging for his gloves and helmet.
So Pat the Bat, Pat Bradford.
Had a couple hits yesterday, one off the bench pinch hitting role, another one when he stayed in the lineup.
2 for 2 he went en route to being our player of the game yesterday. Ignited the Ram offense. Comeback fell just a little short in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And now Bradford stands in with 1 out, bases empty, swings heartily at the first pitch, and it's 0-1.
He's coming up there looking for a fastball, and the only problem was Wagaki went off speed on him. Wagaki's thrown well. 77 pitches coming in this inning.
0-1 will throw outside, 1-1. Our friend quit on the Benson Hamco scores. I bet he did.
I haven't had one in a while.
1-1.
It was up 9-3 at one point in the 4th, and I haven't heard from our friend. He's about due to find something else going on.
1-1, just caught the zone. Now it's 1-2. As Bradford will swing and miss it. To even the count, catcher drops. He'll have to throw down to first inside. So 2 away.
I think our friend probably had other things.
He said 9
smoke around there.
9-3 at last check. Benton was leading Hamilton County. We'll hopefully have that final for you on our Facebook page, on our scoreboard later tonight, WMIX Sports. Right now, it's brought to you by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, see Tony in Mount Vernon on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there as Williams goes after the first pitch, misses 0-1. He's reached twice today, scored back in the 2nd. Had a single back in the fourth, and now he'll send one foul over the first base dugout to fall behind 0-2 with 2 gone, and the base is empty in the sixth. The Rams hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Hanging on, the key word. Here comes the 0-2. Williams will get a piece of it. Will be a blooper in the right. Coming away with the grab along the line is Klein, and that'll do it for us through 6. Still 2-1 Rams. Last chance coming for Montini. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview and Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we needed help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
Welcome back, Brennan Klein Field. Last chance for the Broncos coming here in the top of the 7th. Top of the order coming up with Lentine, Bava, and Bartos. For Montini, it's Tyler Ellis finished out what he has thus far. Lost a shutout an inning ago as Lentine will send one foul third base side. It's 0-1. How many more chances for me to tell you the Rams baseball is presented by Banterra Bank either? Work on that here in the 7th. As we await the 0-1, out of the stretch comes the right-hander Ellis. Offered at, sent third base side. Harrison will get chased, should go out of play.
Oh, he had a chance.
Stays in, had a chance going to come up with it. It's 0-2.
Didn't get to the fence, ran over there, stuck his arm out, but darn it, that's a big one to leave out there. Hope it doesn't come back to haunt Mount Vernon.
No doubt. Scoreboard updates all season long, presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. You can find them online at TonyWilt.com or see for yourself. 42nd South Water Tower Place is his corner office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 0-2 to Lentine to lead us off. Swings and misses. Went off speed. Ellis. Tyler picks up strikeout number 7 with 1 out. Nobody on now for Eddie Bava, who is 1 for 3 today. He sacrificed back to the third, but 8-4-3 as he was picked off back of the 5th. Bava. Yeah, I know. Six in your head.
Yeah. Kind of like back in the day the frogs were talking on commercials.
Something like that. Coming inside on the first pitch to the right-handed Bava, 1-0. Bartos on deck. It's the last chance here for Montini. We're in the 7th inning. Rams on top 2-1. Looking for win number 8 on the year and an .800 winning percentage. It's easy math. Coming outside this time low, 2-0 to Bava.
Hey, he is still retweeting.
What is he tweeting?
9-3. Manton over Hamilton County heading into the bottom of the 5th.
Gotcha. 2-0 the count to Eddie Bava. With the bases empty, he'll take high, 3-0.
What's the matter with Bava getting to you?
Yeah. That's stuck in my head now. Hey, you can help make your kids' future victory rhetorical you by teaching them the importance of saving today with Banterra's Smart Kids Savings Account. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. 3 love as Garrett will set up inside, pitches on the way. Catches the inside corner, 3-1. Might back the young man off of the plate a little bit. Maybe not. And Bava will stand back in. Top 7, still 2-1 Rams. Last chance here for Montini, and they'll throw behind. It'll get away, and you're going to have to watch Bava here. He'll round first, he'll stay put. So 1-out walk issued by Ellis. What's the tying run on first base for Chris Bartos? He singled back to the first. Flew out to center in the third, grounds out to the pitcher in the 5th. Interesting as a go-ahead run is at the plate. Rams would love another double play ball. Ellis looks into Garrett for the sign, fires, fouled straight back, 0-1 as Bartos falls behind here early. 2-1 the count, one gone, runner on first base here for the Broncos, trying to tie this one up in the seventh. The runners go, and the throw will be shortstop side. I'll have to turn around for the tag. Won't happen. Still on base for Eddie Baza. I'm not even trying. That's just, I give up.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, you did. You rattled me. That's all right. Runner in scoring position. It's a tying run on second here for Montini, as Ellis is trying to get out of the inning with a win. With a go-ahead run at the plate, 0-2 count here on Bardos. And he'll tomahawk the third. Great play off the backhand by Harrison. Looks the runner back to second, throws in time.
That's a big play by Harrison. That ball hit, bounced up, tried to get by him over his head. He reached up with that left hand, made the stab across his body, looked the runner back to second, and made a strong throw to Zonders at first. What a nice play.
Only important thing is obviously keeping that runner at second base. The presence of mind looked back to second to keep Baza there. And now it's really the last chance for Dobrosinski. He singled and scored back in the sixth. He's 2 for 3 today. A base hit still could score that tying runner. Now out of the woods are the Mount Vernon Rams yet. First pitch of the at-bat on the way. It's a ground ball. Screen was Jones. Will pick it up off the hot fire to first. So the Rams will win this one 2-0. As Zach Jones will retire the side on the 6-3. So Ellis will pick up the win. We'll tell you more about that when we come back with your Bean Insurance postgame show. Your final score, the Mount Vernon Rams 2, the Montini Broncos 1. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Rams Baseball on AM 940 WMIX, Mount Vernon, Marion, St. Louis, and online at mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting. It's back and better than ever. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 7th. Major manufacturers' representatives will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day, including some new drivers, TaylorMade RBZ, Cleveland Classic, and Adams Fast 12, all for just $2.99 each. Save on a short game. Mizuno JPX 800 HD or Adams A12 OS irons, just $6.99. Callaway Razor XHL irons, just $5.99. Or play the percentages. 20% off all in-stock Ping K15 Series clubs or Callaway shoes. Also, 30% off select name brand bags. And for one day only, all clothing is 20% off. See how you can get some name brand clubs for up to half off. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day, Saturday, April 7th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off of Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon.
Your heart health is too important to ignore, and St. Mary's Good Samaritan wants to help educate you about your heart risk factors before it's too late. So mark your calendar and tell your friends about the upcoming St. Mary's Good Samaritan Heart Expo and Health Fair on Saturday, March 24th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Holiday Inn in Mount Vernon. You'll have a chance to have a heart risk profile blood test completed for just $30, as well as a number of free health screenings, a chance to learn your diabetes risk, find out more about the link between sleep problems and heart disease, and much more. To reduce wait times for blood testing, you are encouraged to pre-register now by calling 1-888-257-6098. That's 1-888-257-6098. For most accurate results, be sure to fast for 8 hours prior to blood testing. Do it for your health. Attend the St. Mary's Good Samaritan Heart Expo and Health Fair on Saturday, March 24th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Dodge dealer at King City Chrysler, Mount Vernon. When it comes to sporty sedans, the 2012 Dodge Avenger is at the top of the list. Best-in-class V6 power with 283 horsepower, best-in-class V6 fuel economy at 32 miles per gallon estimated, 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 engine, one of Ward's 10 best engines for 2012. Premium interior with soft touch surfaces, 2011 Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Pick, and new race-inspired Avenger RT model. And the best part are the incentives we have now on the 2012 Avengers. Receive up to $3,000 cash back or 0% for 72 months. We may be able to even lower your existing payment you have now. Come in to King City Chrysler today and see one of our sales professionals and test drive the 2012 Dodge Avenger at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
If I could change anything, you know what I'd change? I'd make it a law that if you tell someone to have a nice day, you really have to mean it. 100%.
Making your day better than it started out is what makes Erie Insurance above all in service. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. And have a nice day.
Your Erie agent in Mount Vernon is the Bean Insurance Agency. Get a quote at beaninsurance.net.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX. The Bean Insurance postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Field. The final 2-1 as the Rams pick up a big win over Montini here on a Wednesday afternoon. This is your Bean Insurance postgame show. Bean Insurance is an independent agency that can do the insurance shopping for you. Of course, Bean Insurance has multiple top insurance companies which they represent with great rates for your family. Call Bean Insurance 244-BEAN. That is 244-BEAN. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. Avery Barton, of course, is back at the studio here in Mount Vernon, and the Rams win a big one here today against the visiting Montini Broncos, who now on a southern swing, Danny, finish 0-2 before they head back north.
Yeah, lost yesterday at Benton and lost here today to Mount Vernon as the Rams win and head off in the South 7 Conference play on a little bit of a high note after a tough loss to Effingham.
That'll be tomorrow at Alsop. We'll have that for you here on WMIX. Audio online at myweathersradio.com. 4:15 will be your pregame. It'll be a 4:30 first pitch. It should be a dandy, as those two always tangle, and it's always a close one against the Alsop Crusaders. This time it'll be on their turf, and we'll be glad to have it. Hour 36 was your game time. We'll get, of course, to that in your Heartland County post-game stats. Looks like we're ready to go with those. Are we?
We are ready to go with those. Your stat line, Montini, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. They left a runner on in every inning, which would be 8. They had 2 in the first and a 1 after that. So they left 8 runners on base. Outside 1 error. Mount Vernon, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The Rams left 5 runners on base. Your winning pitcher going the distance today was Tyler Ellis. He is stat line for today, 8 hits, 1 run, not earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Losing pitcher Curtis Lagaki also goes 6 innings, had a good game, gave up only 2 runs on 5 hits. A couple errors behind him didn't help him in this situation, as this game took an hour and 36 minutes for Mount Vernon to win 2-1. So back-to-back games 2-1, but on different sides of the outcome for Mount Vernon.
Of course, those stats are certified by Heartland Accounting. Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. Your small business expert. This is your Bean Insurance post-game show. We don't really have a whole lot to do here this afternoon. Your final score, the Mount Vernon Rams 2, the Montini Broncos 1. We do have a Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game coming your way. We'll do that. We'll take a break. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality vehicle. That's where Second Chance Auto comes in. Family owned for the past 32 years. Second Chance Auto has been the cure for spring new car fever. No one has a better selection of vehicles priced under $10,000. Almost all their vehicles come with a generous 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. There are no dock fees, no shipping fees, and no processing fees like those new car dealerships. Just low prices. Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. Second Chance Auto.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's go back to the field. Powered by Banterra Bank.
And we welcome you back, Bean Insurance post-game show. Chances are you're paying too much for auto insurance. Discounts await at the Bean Insurance Agency, but you won't know how much you can save until you give them a call. Bean Insurance 244-BEAN. That number is 244-BEAN. Rams win this one over the visiting Montini Broncos. Final is 2-1. Rams are now 8-2 on the year. Montini dips to 3-5. As they will head back north. We owe you a cross. Still in showcase mode. We owe you a Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game. I believe we decided off the air that it was going to be
Tyler Ellis. Complete game victory today. Nice effort by him to get Mount Vernon back on the winning track before heading to Altos tomorrow.
tomorrow. Well, 7 strikeouts and the Bulldog mentality when the bases were loaded, got out of the jam, and had some great defense behind them, which is essential, obviously, for a ground ball pitcher. But like we said, ended up with 7 strikeouts here today. So for that effort, Tyler Ellis, now 2-0 on the year, is your Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game. Great traditions aren't given, they're earned through hard work and commitment. That's just what we believe in. Community First Bank of the Heartland, proud sponsors of the Rams. A great tradition. Do you see any final thoughts?
Well, this is a good win for Mount Vernon to come back after that tough 2-1 loss yesterday, get an opportunity to win here at home, and then head out on the road the next 2 days to Althoff, and then, of course, to the brand-new facility at DuQuoin.
Can't wait. We'll be on the air tomorrow about 4:15, 4:30 will be your first pitch as scheduled here on AM 940, online at myweathersradio.com. Your final here this afternoon. The Mount Vernon Rams are victorious over the Montini Broncos 2-1. For Danny Czerwinski, for Avery Barton, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting on behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Rams Baseball. Again, your final. Mount Vernon 2, Montini 1. I'm Chris Hugo. Good night.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at myweathersradio.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Rend Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Heartland Accounting, All Stars and Stitches, Bean Insurance, Central Christian Church, and People's National Bank. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music. WMIX.